Hello, everybody. Guess what day it is today? Oh, you don't have to guess. You know, it's Tuesday. And so I have a bunch of new books to review for you and a oldie but goodie. But first, I want to say, Julie, I'm so glad to be back. I was on vacation.
Oh, I know. You were missed desperately.
Oh, but I had such a time in sunny California. It was
I'm
great.
so glad.
Panning for gold.
I can't believe you got to pan for gold. That's amazing.
Oh, it was so much fun. It was just a bunch of silt and mud in the bucket. And we were sifting through it. And unfortunately, no gold.
Thus you're back at work.
So I am back at work. But anyway, I had a really good time. But I'm glad to be back. And
we're glad to have you back.
oh, but it was wonderful in California because it was sunny every day.
Oh, was it warm?
It was warm,
Oh.
and it was at the wedding was wonderful. And,
Oh,
gee, we just had so much fun.
oh, I'm so glad.
It was on a 200-acre ranch,
Holy cow.
and there were cows
Ooh.
and Ferdinand the bull.
Wow.
I know. And there were horses, and there those four-wheeler things that.
Did you go on them?
Oh, absolutely,
Oh,
yes.
wow.
Oh, that you had to travel around the ranch on that because
Too far to walk.
too far to walk. Although we walked a lot, so. But it was fun. But I'm glad to be back. Got some really good books to review. So let's really get started. So here's this new one by Stuart Woods. It's called Criminal Mischief. Ooh. So, and it's a
Look at your face.
It's a Stone Barrington novel, and and I think authors have a lot of liberty in how they name their characters.
Mm-hmm.
And Stone Barrington is not too bad, but he has a girlfriend named Arrington, and they got married.
So
she's Arrington
Barrington? Oh my.
I mean, come on, you could have come up with this.
Yes,
name.
definitely.
But the book is good. The book is good, and here's a really nice picture of Stuart.
That is a good picture.
And Stuart has written a lot of books with this character, and it's like, but you don't have to. It's a recurring character, but every story is new.
Okay.
So, and this is a good one. Criminal Mischief. That sounds good.
It does.
And it's a dangerous adventure. He travels up and down the coast. Mr. Barrington is looking forward to some downtime in his Manhattan abode.
Ooh.
But when an acquaintance alerts him to a hinky plot being hatched across the city, he finds himself eager to pursue.
Now, there's a word you don't hear very often. Hinky.
Hinky, yes. Yes, that is a good one. Hinky.
I think we should use that word at least 3 times today.
Okay, so that's one hinky down.
There we go.
Oh, and this one, Alifair Burke, is the daughter of James Lee Burke.
No, I didn't
Yes.
know that.
Yes, and his character is Dave Robichaux. And Alifair, his daughter, was rescued from a downed plane.
In real life?
Well, according to the stories.
Okay.
But Alifair is his daughter.
Ah.
And she's a good writer.
Ooh.
And this is a good one. It's called Find Me. And it's about a young woman who has memory loss, loses a whole lot of her previous life after an accident.
Ooh.
But unraveling the mystery of what happened to her and why she lost her memory in an accident is just, I'll tell you, it's fascinating.
Oh.
I could not put it down.
Oh, wow.
It's a fairly, it moves along very fast because it takes place in New York on the island, in that Montauk, that area,
Yep.
which is beautiful. And it's about a lawyer and this young woman, who this lawyer gets very friendly with and tries to help her reconstruct her previous life, and is full of characters and it's spellbinding. It's really a good mystery. Very good.
That is good to know. I read The Wife because she wrote The Wife also, and I read that one. I liked that one.
She's written a few real well.
She has good writing genes.
James Lee Burke is her father. So this is a good. Actually, I kind of just couldn't put it down. And this is I'm not actually a big fan of James Patterson, but he did this with Mike Lupica, who is an excellent writer. And when he writes with Mike Lupica, it's better. So he writes with a lot of people because
that's what he does.
He's James Patterson. And so some of his books kind of fall flat. This one is a very good one. If you like horses, which we do, this is very, very good. It's about a mother-daughter who both have horses, and they're competing. So
that's always ripe for conflict.
Yeah. So this is a good one. So they they get Patterson and Lupica. They get deep into the world of high-level show jumping. Yeah, and it's just incredibly how they Mike Lupica really compliments James Patterson, and I think when he writes with him, the stories are more interesting. That's my personal opinion.
Well, I value your personal opinion, so if you say it's so, it's so.
But this is a good one because it's horses.
Horses.
No, it's really good. I can't wait to finish it. But I want to leave it in case someone else.
Oh, good idea.
Because,
you can't hog all the books. That, Carolyn, would be hinky.
That would be very hinky.
Yes.
No hinkies for us. So this is a nonfiction book.
I saw this on 60 Minutes.
I missed that.
I think you were in sunny, warm California.
Well, yeah. Jane is, or Larry's, I don't want to call him a hired hand because he actually lives there. But Raphael likes Westerns. And so he had control of the only television where we were.
So you were watching Westerns.
Like, yeah, Gunsmoke.
Yeah.
And Wagon Train. But in Raphael, he's very good. So, but anyway, this the betrayal of Anne Frank, and who did it? Who betrayed her? That they caught them.
Yeah, and it has been a question that people have not. I mean, think of everything you know that's written about her and her family, and never has anyone been able to figure this out.
Well, somebody did. Yeah. So I just started this book, but it's just chock-a-block full of interesting details about Amsterdam, about the era, about the people, and it's hard to read because you know the ending.
Right, that's true. Yes,
but it's good to know what actually really happened. So I'm recommending this only because Anne Frank or Anne Frank is such a character that everybody knows.
Right. She's so associated with everything terrible that happened then. So I'm recommending this book just because it's history. And it's, my personal belief is if you don't read history, you're bound to repeat it. Yes.
And that's not me. I mean, I didn't make that up. I wish I were that profound.
I know, it was someone famous. I can't remember who.
Somebody
like Winston
famous.
Churchill or something like that.
One of those guys that had more brains than
Right.
myself.
Well, no, not more brains, just better press agents than
Yes,
you have.
yes, right. But this is well written. It's easy to read.
Oh, that's good to know, because sometimes with nonfiction it's hard. You know,
Yes.
I love nonfiction, but I like my nonfiction to be readable and
Right, and
Easily-
meaningful.
easy to understand.
Easy
Yep.
to understand.
Yeah.
And this is very well written, so I recommend this. This
Oh,
is
good.
a really good one. Actually, I just started it, but I'm going to finish it. And so my only but goodie, keeping in with World War II theme, this book by Leon Uris, the QB7 is Queen's Bench 7, and this is a book about, or story about, writers' rights.
Oh.
Yes, the story unfolds with a writer who wrote a book, thousands of pages about World War II and the war, and it takes place in like the 1950-ish era. And one part of his book is about a doctor who went to Africa and did all kinds of good work for Africans and everything. However, he was a Polish doctor and he worked for the Gestapo or the Nazis. And so there was a part of the narrative that mentioned this man by the name. And after the war, this took place in the 50s, after the war, this doctor came back to London and did a marvelous job of caring for low-income people. And so his son and his adopted son, who were also studying to be doctors, because he was one sentence in the book that this guy wrote, they convinced him to take him to court for libel. And therein lies the story.
Oh.
It is absolutely fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. And it goes through the war era, when they were young, this doctor and his family, and it's not a cliffhanger because this doctor did something.
You just don't know what.
But he said that when he worked in the camps, the concentration camps, that he was working under duress from the Nazis because he was Polish. But did he? Was he? And this is so well written. Leon Uris is just a wonderful writer. Well, he's dead now, but
Well.
but he's written a number of books that were just excellent.
And he's almost been forgotten, really. So I love that you brought out one of his books.
Yeah, because his other book, The Winds of War.
Oh,
Wasn't that great?
yeah.
And so when you discover a book that you really, really like and you like the writer, chances are that they've written other things that you would like. So this is good. So I recommend it. So, well.
Wow, you came back with a bang.
Another fascinating.
And are we going to see you on Saturday for Sneak Peek Saturday?
Oh, absolutely.
Excellent. Excellent.
Absolutely. Although I'm not working, but we could do, I can come in and do.
You
Yes.
are working.
I am working.
I know this for a fact. We'll talk later.
We'll talk. Okay, so that's it for this Tuesday. But never fear, we will be back next Tuesday with more reviews and more authors. And I just love this program. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you, Carolyn.
See you next week.
Bye.